looks like, you're in the theme of the movie only. You're already into the insomnia.
ನೀನೊಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯ, ಉಸಿರಾಡ್ತೀಯ, ಗಾಳಿ ಇದೆ, ಬೆಳಕಿದೆ, ನಿದ್ದೆ ಒಂದಿಲ್ಲ.
When the first set of people like watched and gave so much of love, like it made you feel very secure.
You know. Hey Google, auntie.
And I generally believe that Anjali Menon is a filmmaker, Malayalam woman filmmaker who I respect a lot. I actually believe in her philosophy. What she says is, once the script is done,
at least this was my experience when I was watching the film in at the premiere in Bombay, that you want, like, people feel like, oh my god, love is so important, and I think they remember their loved one.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಾಗತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಇದು ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು.
now once the script was done, when we sat across, like he gave some ideas which was very interesting for me.
But today's producers, they are just like, they're just not with investment.
ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಿದ್ದೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಲೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಓಡುತ್ತೆ?
As a writer, you have to put effort into. Within ourselves, when we are writing, there'll be lot of like complications and everything.
ಧ್ರುವ ಧ್ರುವ
ಧ್ರುವ
ಧ್ರುವ
We recently had our premiere in Bombay, madam. So we had amazing response. So that night we had a very good sleep, like the entire team.
Today, we are in conversation with the sleepless dream team of Nidradevi Next Door. Jayaram, the producer, director Suraag Sagar, actor Praveer Shetty, and Rishika Naik. Looks like, you're in the theme of the movie only. You're already into the insomnia kind of a feeling.
Very true, madam.
Yeah.
But in general, in life, when did the last time you had, like, you slept peaceful?
I think the day we wrapped up the shooting schedule, I slept very well. Little did I know that marketing and release was going to keep me this sleepless.
But general in life, it's like, there comes a time when the niddene barola. There are reasons for not getting sleep, but there are different between sleepless nights. ಒಂದು trauma, ಒಂದು ಇದು career-ಗಾಗಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಆ ಥಾಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ that keeps you awake.
Correct.
Yeah.
So definitely for all of you that a time has come. Praveer, nimge especially.
I've been actually very, very sleepless, madam. Like off late, like because of the marketing and everything, I've been very sleepless. But
Why only marketing?
because we want the film to reach people, no? So there's like that constant effort. But recently we had this.
But actors, why are you thinking so much? You have the producer who's really taking care of you. Allah, sir?
Yes, very much. In fact, I am very fortunate that way. A lot of people who are sharing my portion of sleeplessness. So in fact, as you said, it is always generally the headache of the producer. But in this project, I am so lucky, like I said. Praveer has been sleepless from the time the shoot got completed actually. See, it is a phase, man. So what happens is, up till the shoot schedule completion, it is the worry of our director, where he has to finish the shots within the available schedule and make sure that he completes it. During that time, he had no sleeps, and I could see that. And post that, his entire direction team, the music director, and the lyrics, and so many other people were losing their sleep because they have to complete their output in post-production. Now, once all that is done, it is now shifted back to the hero, heroine, and the producer. So now, no, obviously, your portion is still going on. So yeah, but with the response we are getting, we find that we will definitely get a peaceful sleep once the movie gets released.
I'm actually taking that question next door. We recently had our premiere in Bombay, madam.
Okay.
So we had amazing response. So that night we had a very good sleep, like the entire team.
Actually, take
Vouch
that,
on it, huh?
Yes, vouch on it. That night, when the first set of people like watched and gave so much of love, Like it made you feel very secure. And you slept very
why
well.
did you think of Mumbai as a place? Because that place itself,
Yeah.
it never sleeps.
A city that
answered your
never
question,
sleeps.
ma'am.
You answered
Yeah.
your own question, ma'am.
So
That
you-
and also one more thing is, since like love has no language. That's what they say. Love has no language, and so we believe like even a good movie does not have a language, and we wanted to test that and get a stamp about the fact that even with subtitles people can watch this. You go into these nuances. At that point, you as a writer or creator, you'll always have that one dilemma. Okay, will this connect or not?
sleepless emotions and love
Hmm.
and healing also.
Hmm.
This is a rare combo. It
Correct.
doesn't, the combination doesn't come together. Such kind of movies need like some personal experiences.
Correct.
So what
So
drew you
for
to the
me,
story?
I think it started off as I think a small phase where you don't know what you want to do, like under career wise or yenadru agili andre there's a lot of things going on in my head, and there was a phase where I was sleepless. So ಆ sleeplessness ಇಂದ ನನಗೆ I had an idea which was born, and so it was just about a sleepless boy, what he does to get sleep and all of that, and ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಲೈಕ್ ನಿದ್ರಾದೇವಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ, ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ದೆನ್ when it started developing into a screenplay, why he does not have sleep ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಿದೆ, the story, it becomes about that's the crux of the story. Why he can't sleep and how he kind of overcomes the journey ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಿದೆ, that forms the crux. And ಅಲ್ಲಿ it is not just my personal experience, it is a lot of people who have gone through. I had to do some research about it, and some people around me who have experienced certain kind of things. So those things came from that place.
Okay. But do you think creative people are always sleepless in any art form?
I think they are like late night sleepers, at least night owls. Most of them are night
But
owls.
when sleepless becomes nightmare,
From my personal experience, it's when you're doing good work, when you're getting like good work and you're doing your work, you sleep well. Like during this shoot, I slept really well. But doing promotions, when your work has to be validated right now, when your work has to be accepted, that is what keeps you up. I think when you talk about like people in the art field, right, it's when when you're doing your work, that part is good, but at the end of the day, art has to be accepted, and that's when I think it causes sleeplessness in most of us.
When there is no control, basically.
Yeah, there's no control right now.
When you don't have control over things.
And that's why
when-
promotions, I think we're more sleepless during promotions because a lot of things are out of your control. When
Yeah.
you're making the film, maybe for the director, still sometimes things might feel out of control. But we as actors, we are like, okay, we are content. We're coming and things are still under our control. It's our hard work. But when it comes to promotions, it's not just hard work. There are a lot of other, factors, and then that's what I think keeps us up at night, where we're feeling like very anxious. How is it going to be? How is it going to be?
but for Praveer Shetty, there's a lot of silence and you feel a lot. It is harder to express this form of, a character than, being in action. So how did you go about it? Like,
So we had a lot of rehearsals, madam. Like you said, sleeplessness, love, and healing. Like sleeplessness and love is like very like it comes together very well. Like when we are in love, we don't fall asleep. We are usually on our phone. We are like waiting, like thinking about our person and everything. So this character was very interesting to play. Like when Suraag and we sat and we discussed about the character, we wanted to like have like rehearsals, like vigorous rehearsals, and like get into the character's mind. So in this film, I play a 28-year-old cricketer. So what trauma and whatever problems he's gone through, there is a reason for it. So there's a backstory to it. We had to work on the backstory very precisely. So Rishika, I, and Suraag, three of us sat together and worked on the backstory very nicely. So it came across very, very well during the shoot, madam.
but for both of you as actors, did the workshop help you to build that chemistry?
I think one thing that we were very clear about from the beginning is that in the script especially, the character's chemistry is very, very important. And that one thing I really have to say is that, okay, we had a version of the script before rehearsals and we had a version after the rehearsals, because while we were doing a lot of rehearsals, there was so many things that got added on.
Gets added on, improvised a little
It was
bit.
more than everything, it was very collaborative, madam. Everyone could add something to the story. So that was like very like fruitful for an artist. Like, like when you get to add things, it makes you more like, like you're in control.
And I generally believe that Anjali Menon is a filmmaker, Malayalam woman filmmaker who I respect a lot. I actually believe in her philosophy. What she says is, once the script is done, after that, like you put it out to the team. ಅದಾದಾಗ ನೀವು ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಟರ್ ಆರ್ ಅನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ yours anymore. Only when other people start coming in and putting their perspectives, you can expect some magic. Else, it will become very like one-dimensional. So I like that approach a lot. And even like our producer also, like now once the script was done, when we sat across, like he gave some ideas which was very interesting for me.
But today's producers, they are just like, they are just not with investment. They bring in their creative inputs.
Correct. And for me, Jayaram sir, like when I first narrated the story, he liked a lot. And after that, like when we had the screenplay, when that was run through, he was giving so many small ideas, which was like, it was making sense. It was making sense, adding value. So I think anyone would, it takes a village to make a film ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಸತ್ಯ.
Sir, andre when through the process, learning about filmmaking, how much did you like that side of
Yeah, it's an interesting process actually. In fact, initially when I had to decide to produce this film, it was a very kind of out of a dilemma whether to do it or not, whether am I prepared for it. So there were a lot of questions for myself, and then one thing I believed in is the team. Suraag is a wonderful, talented person. I mean, the way he used to narrate the story, the first cut itself kind of gave me comfort that yes, this man has something in him. So we should support him, another one. Second is the Praveer again. His dedication and passion against that what subject he wanted to be really owning it. Because unless the team is convinced with the subject and what they're trying to do, for us to take a decision of investing on it becomes little risky. So here for me, that part was convinced. And then came the factor of, okay, now for me it was entirely a new journey. I being a CA, running my corporate world was different. And understanding how the filmmaking process was also tough for me. But then the team was so cooperative and supportive in teaching me also in the process that how what element works. And see, for us one thing was very clear. All of us wanted to make a good film. That's all was the only objective. Because today, I mean, of late we have heard a lot about people making films for different reasons. Okay, you all know about it. So for us, it was nothing beyond just getting a good film out. We all believed that, okay, we have given our ship to the captain and director has the steering. Yes, we all gave input, but it was never that key, you have to change it.
But for Praveer, whom marks his debut, your approach towards cinema is different from the regular actors who just want to be that, start off with a commercial to get that mass appeal and everything. Was it intentional?
No, ever since the start, like I finished my diploma in Mumbai. So I was introduced to a lot of like good cinema, like a lot of like international films. So from then onwards, like I had an interest to make a very, very good film, and I wanted to be part of like good films than becoming like a hero of the film or anything. I just wanted to contribute to the story.
Protagonist.
Yeah. I just wanted to contribute to good films. So in that case, when I met like people like Suraag and Jayaram sir and like Rishika, it was like I had to like come in and like do something for this.
You're making Rishika a little senior by telling. But your character brings calm.
I have a certain process, ma'am, when I'm approaching a script. The first thing is read the script as many times as possible. Like as many times as possible, and then come in with a lot of my input as to how I feel. Like the first time I read a script, I read it as an outsider. I just read it for what it is. Because, when he also came and he gave me a narration, he's like, read the script and then let me know, if you want to be a part of it. And then I read it, and I was blown away by the script. It was so beautifully crafted. The entire the versions had slightly changed by the time, as I said, there's a version before the rehearsals and there was a version after. But I was blown away by how well the script was written. And then you read it like another 10 times, for you to understand what your character is. And then it's like, for me, my process is generally, how it starts is, I need to be familiar with my character, like I've known her my entire life. That is how it is. Like, I need to understand how she thinks, how she speaks, so that later, even if he comes and gives me an input, I'm like, will this character think like this? Will this character, behave like that? I don't know how many times I've annoyed him like this.
No, that filter, right? Like whatever process she comes up with, right? As a director, when you are on set, like say you get excited about something and you have an idea during the rehearsals or even when shooting. You just bounce it with excitement. Sometimes you won't be thinking the overall picture, because there are so many characters for you. For her, that is the only character. Like she said, she's known that character for a lifetime. So when she says, okay, will this character behave like this, as a director, you should actually trust and you should think about it once. Because like I trust these actors as well. These are all like very well prepped actors, and I wanted such.
No, actually, ma'am, like during this Anupam Kher's final act, so I played this character, a female athlete, when she takes steroids. Like the kind of character, like the changes that she goes through, like personally, like what masculine like changes she goes through. So I played this character. So in Bombay, I wore a bikini and I wore a sports shorts, and I roamed like. So I had that whole experience. So when Suraag briefed me about the character, I was like instantly I got connected to it. So it was like sort of like my forte. Like I wanted to play a character like this, like how the character thinks mentally. So when even Rishika came in and she brought in her own process, it kind of like ignited like, okay, like this is the film that I want to do.
Coming to the other characters in your film,
yes,
they are also like when you pick up an actor like Shahin Shetty, Sudha Rani, Shruti Hariharan.
Correct.
They can they come with different characters what we see, but here you have tried to put them on a different light.
Correct.
So if you want to give a brief about
Shine's character, I mean, no one would have seen Shine in this avatar. So his character is a very unpredictable character. You're like this one moment and then the next moment you flip. So that's the theme of his character. And there is a strong reason, like how the protagonist has a reason for everything that is happening in his life and everything. Why he is the way he is, there is a very strong reason to it.
He's the connect between what he is and the protagonist.
No, you can say he's somewhat like a shadow of Praveer. Like there are similar traits, and he's a shadow, like Batman amele Joker tara. They're each other's shadow ಆ ಥರ. ಸೊ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿಕಲಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರು. ಸೊ ಹಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಎಡ್ಜಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನ್ಪ್ರೆಡಿಕ್ಟಬಲ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶೈನ್ ಯು ವುಡಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅವತಾರ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ handsome bad guy. So that is Shine's character. And Shruti ma'am's character bandu, like it has a very important role to play in almost all the characters' growth. Like even it helps out like Ridhima's character as well, and Praveer's character to get an arc, to know why he is the way he is, and to get a direction. So that the Shruti ma'am's character helps a lot, and she's played it like really well. Like it requires a certain.
From whatever the trailer gives about Shruti's character, you have restrained her. It's like she's very powerful. She can be loud and.
Correct. I mean, she has control.
Yes.
Like she has a very subliminal control over people. She knows what the other person is going through. She's very experienced and she knows things.
And
So she plays
Sudha
that.
Rani?
Sudha Rani ma'am, she plays some mother's character, and even her character, like all the characters in the movie, they have their own story which comes out. And Sudha Rani ma'am's character also has a backstory which is integrated with our protagonist's backstory, which you'll see. And she's played it with so much grace and dignity and so much of love that, that lullaby portion especially, like it's very beautiful and people are liking it a lot. Very grateful that I could be
So you
associated.
bring it as a family drama? This can be a family drama?
Yes, this can definitely be a family drama. Like after what we've gone through the focus groups and everything, like Rishika said, everyone has their own takeaway from the movie, and most of the people they want to watch this with their families.
Okay.
Initially we were a little skeptical, but I think our producer also, he envisioned it, like when we saw it in the focus group, he said, no, your target audience is not just students, it's not just IT people, it's not just them, even family people, they will like this film. And
I think the film, one of the things about the film is that it talks a lot about healing.
Yes.
And I feel like healing is something people of all age groups require.
Correct.
Everybody requires to heal in some way or the other. Even people who are good, even people who are bad. Sometimes, people who are bad also, everybody needs healing. And I think the film talks about that. That's why I said that everybody has different takeaways, because we talk about healing in different ways in the film. So that, I think, forms the crux of it's one of the crux of the stories.
And also, ma'am, this film is somewhat like a warm hug. Like when you watch the film, it is going to give you a lot of like love and like warmth. That is like it's genuinely like going to put you to sleep when you watch the film. Then that night, it's going to like put you like to a peaceful sleep. Like when you watch films like like a Mayalagan or a 96 or a Saptasagara, the kind of like feeling it makes you feel.
You want love.
You want love, and you want kesri bhat. Yeah, this film is gonna make you feel like you've eaten a good kesri bhat.
I think it'll remind you, at least this was my experience when I was watching the film at the premiere in Bombay, that you want, like, people feel like, oh my god, love is so important, and I think they remember their loved ones. While watching the film, they remember and they feel like, because there's so much we speak about, like pure love, where you sort of it's just something that will make you feel so happy and so full. So that's one of the reviews that we got. One girl even said that it feels like a warm hug. It feels like, and that it feels so good to be loved.
That's
So yeah, I think that was something that we are trying to see through our.
So you're saying love and sleep go hand in hand.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Something behind the scenes. Someone had a cramp, and
that was
and baking soda
yeah.
came into handy.
The thing is, like, we were shooting the Sleepless anthem, Sleepless song, and we had to go like back to back. Like the night, we had to shoot a lot of things in the night, so we had to go back to back. And because of certain things, the shots which we had planned, we had to realign it because of the lighting and stuff like that. So first shot of the song, Praveer had to hang upside down on a pole, and he was doing water out for his body to look good and
Six-pack,
proper this thing. So that was the first shot, and his legs and all, it started cramping, and after that he had to go through like a lot. And our choreographers are generally like full of energy and very excited. What they did is suddenly, like, they got a step where he's on the floor, and on one leg he has to move and he has to kick on the kick with the other leg. So it was a step which was very difficult. He started doing that. He started cramping so badly, he couldn't move at all. And he had danced for like so many hours straight, which is not recommended at all. So after that, we weren't able to continue. So what do we do was the question. And then the baking soda is basically a
That
base.
was a good tip. I never knew that.
Yeah. So when there is a cramp, there's lactic acid which is produced in the body.
Okay.
So acid is neutralized by a base.
Okay.
Chemistry, high school chemistry basically. So baking soda with water, and Praveer was able to get back again. And yeah, but it's not recommended. Even baking soda is not recommended.
But Yeah, the song is really good, and you have danced really well. But dancing was a learning process to become an actor for you,
Yeah, like when Suraag,
or
like
just that you love dancing?
I've actually loved dancing ever since I was a kid. So when Suraag sent me this song, it was like I had to jump in with, because it was an opportunity for me to, like, present my skills. So when I like started off with Tarak Master, he was also very sweet enough to, like, like help me out with the rehearsals even before, like, the shoot started. Like we had like rehearsals like for 3 weeks, and both my shoulders, I have ligament tear on both my shoulders. So I had to like wrap my shoulders, both my shoulders, and practice for the whole, like, song. And then after all this 20 feet hanging incident,
His shoulder also dislocated like 4-5 days before the shoot, right?
Oh, yes.
That also had happened. Yeah, that's not been mentioned, but his shoulder had dislocated just 3-4 days before the.
For him, there's a lot of emotional chaos off screen and on screen also.
and even during the shoot, just so that the shoulder, even if it dislocates, so that I don't go through the pain, I had like taken like 2-3 painkillers. So that was also like, I mean, like after I saw the song,
No, but I think it was preparing you for the character, all this, the dislocation and all, because pain is something you have to go through in the film,
very
right?
true, very true. Like all this pain was like, put into that character. But it was like, very kind from like Jayaram sir's point of view, like because he had like, we came in with a certain like budget for the song. But Jairam sir, like he himself came in and told like, no, like, this is like the commercial, like we are doing something commercial. We need to do it in a very big scale. So he came in with a different budget. So that like sort of like uplifted the song. And yeah, like when we watch the song now, it is like so fruitful, like, feel so happy.
But did you find parts of this role, what you play, very personal? Something you could relate?
I think I always try to when I'm working on a character, I need to understand the character, right? So I will of course use my life experiences to understand, and then the things that I don't, like the things that I might not, even if the things that I don't do, I kind of like have to put that human experience, like what the character must be going through. So yes, you do try to find as many things as possible, because you have to empathize with the character to play with it. I think even if you're playing a killer, you have to empathize as to why he wants to kill or why she wants to kill. So that empathy you have to have, because if you don't, right, if you don't understand your character, you can't play it. You can't play it. Otherwise, you just feel like you're just coming and just giving some expressions and you're coming back. You're not really feeling what the character must be feeling while they're doing what they're doing.
So,
Yeah.
What were some aspects of yourself which you put into the character, if I may ask?
Oh, it's been a while. That's we've discussed this, I think. But,
Yeah, it was something interesting. That's why I kind of recap.
I'm trying to recall because it's been a while. I'll get back. Just give me a moment. I will get back to it.
today, youngsters are like a director or actors are drawn to very complex stories. Don't you think?
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, they always want to impress the Gen Z crowd, and now Gen
No,
Z.
they never think simple.
Yeah.
Even.
So anything straight is like very normal. Why should I watch? So there has to be something to attract them, pull them to theaters.
Don't you think like people love just simple stories?
Definitely. I also like, if you see Maya Rigan, right, it is a very simple story.
Yeah.
So I don't think the intention is to get attracted towards complex stories. I think
Correct.
it's about, like for example, Nidradevi, whatever is spoken about, it is something that I could connect with. Whatever it's been like, what the character is going through, like. Maybe it's not an apple to apple comparison. Not like every bit of what he experiences, but you understand what he experiences because somewhere you have experienced something like that. Where you're disturbed because of something, you're carrying something with you, and like it's affecting your present basically. That's something.
When you
that,
watch it, it's told in a very simple way. You can understand the story in a very simple way. The emotions inside his head, it is slightly complicated.
But it is understandable.
It is very understandable.
The trailer itself says,
very understandable, very simple.
it relates to
And
it.
that is something which I think as a writer you have to put effort into. Within ourselves, when we are writing, there will be lot of like complications and everything. This is what you learn. Like in my film school, there was a teacher called Diego. He made me, my last thesis film, he made me rewrite it like 10 or 12 times. It was a sci-fi, and that for the scientific part, to connect to the emotions and come out in a very simple way outside. Only when it is told in a way where everyone can understand, you have a good story. You have a good story which can resonate with people.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe.
But continue.
I do, however, believe that some of the films that I don't in the recent past, when I know that maybe the intent of the film was good, what gets complicated is that I think sometimes people try to make the film more complicated than required sometimes, and it doesn't work well, because I think it is as best not while you shouldn't make a film preachy, you have to make people understand, like they shouldn't come and break this as what happened. They should be able to understand what we're trying to tell them,
But,
because we've done the film for them. They should be able to understand it.
But glad, I've seen you like ditching formula. And Praveer, to start as debutant, you have also you're not going through the regular kind of movies. That's a nice thing. So have a small rapid fire. It's interesting. Whoever want to pick up can pick up. That's nice. Okay. One film that inspired you emotionally.
Interstellar.
American.
96.
That's your favorite film, no?
The weirdest note a director ever gave you.
Yeah, he asked me, what do you think about this scene? Like, what do you think about how you should perform? And I explained, what I think about this character. Everything's wrong, give this expression. So that is what I was like. I was like, oh, you want me to give this expression? Fine, I'll give that expression. So I think that was...
What was
The weirdest thing told by a director to me was your opening shot is going to be where you're going to be naked and you're going to be out there and there are going to be girls out all there. That was one of the weirdest notes.
I mean, not a director he's worked with, but I think he was giving a narration.
Yeah, it was recommended by Rishika. Director.
I regretted it. I was like, we have a story. It seems we wanted his contact. So go and meet him if you want. I don't know if you want to go meet him. You made the choice.
I made the choice and it was my mistake.
Okay.
Love, sleep, or peace? Pick one.
Peace.
Love.
Peace, right?
Okay. Favorite line from the film?
Favorite line from the film is the poem. ಈ ತಾರೆ ಈ ಆಕಾಶ ಈ ಸಮುದ್ರ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ
ಕಿವಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ನಂಬ್ತೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿ ನಿಜ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. So if you think good things are going to happen to you, good things will happen. If you think bad things are going to happen, yeah, it's all manifestation.
Okay. Praveer has really some weird line only. Favorite line.
is my favorite line from the film.
ಸರ್ಗದಿಷ್ಟ.
Love over fear. So fear is the one thing which actually makes you lose your sleep, alva. So she says, okay, you choose love over fear. That's something which I actually
resonated
and it has
a
so
lot.
many different meanings to it. Like, choose love towards yourself, not just love to other people, but also love towards yourself. Choose love.
Okay. The last time a script made you cry?
Actually,
or a story also.
This might be I don't know if other people will agree with me, but there's certain elements of So From So. Like, I actually cried in the theater when it was being spoken about, when the scene was playing out. It comes in the second half.
Sandhya Arkare's character?
Yeah. Because you kind of... Because I have seen certain things happen to some people, and when... I see people call So From So as a very comical film, but I think it has a lot of depth.
Yes.
And there are so many things, and he's written it so well that you don't even realize he's trying to tell you something. He's trying to show you the society. Like, this is how the society is. So beautifully in a comical way. And there were some scenes that I was in the theater and I started crying because it felt so personal, when I was watching it. So yeah, I think that is the most recent film that made me cry.
Dada. I think there is this movie called Dada, Kavin's movie. It's a Tamil film. I really cried a lot when I watched the climax of that movie. I was not expecting that at all. Like, it just came out of nowhere. So that...
I love this Mithya, Praveer Shetty's production film. It was very, very nice. Very hard.
The boy.
Yeah, he just nailed it.
For me, Sudeep says, ಕೋಟಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಒಂದು ಸೀನ್ ಇದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ರೈ ಅವರು ಫಾದರ್ ರೋಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. To put his son to a good quality school, he behaves like a rich dad, and then he does a lot of laborious thing. it connected with me very well. Generally, I don't get so emotional, but then when what father does for his son and what struggle he goes through, that connected me well, and I was very emotional at that time. A very good scene.
Okay. So now a little twist, rapid fire around sleepy hearts. Okay.
Oh, okay, nice.
Okay. Sleep overrated or essential?
Essential.
Essential.
Okay. What keeps you up at night? Script, love, or snacks?
Script love. I need
Script,
it.
comma love, comma snacks.
Snacks.
Oh,
Or snacks, or
the
snacks.
love for script. ಆ ಥರ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ.
What keeps me up at night? Love.
I think love, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Love, about love, soothing lullaby or 4 a.m. panic attack? You just.
Oh, it has been both. It has been both, but I would like it to be soothing.
Soothing
Lullaby.
Yeah.
Okay. One weird thing you do when you can't sleep.
I do watch TV actually. When I don't get sleep, I switch on TV, watch some old favorite movies, and I just fall asleep.
Comfort. That is comfort. I actually peep into the fridge a lot, and I go to the terrace and I peep into the dogs. I mean, people, ಅದೇ ಒಂಥರ
You check out on dogs ಅಲ್ಯ.
like they'll be having these territory wars. ಆ ಟೆರಿಟರಿ ವಾರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಮಜಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಡಾಗ್ಸ್ದು, ಅದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದೇ ಜನ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮೋಡ್.
Okay. Any weird thing for you?
Nothing, I don't peep in on I just sleep around it. If I have 2 pillows under my head, I'm sorted.
Is it or
Whichever dream role if you think that if it comes to you also, you will give up the sleep for.
I think I think I really right now want to work with Prem Kumar sir. So yeah, if I get a role from him, I think I would be so too excited to fall asleep. Yeah.
I would love to play a historical character, man. A Sangolli Rayana, something like that would really keep me awake.
Okay. Okay. Pick one. An 8-hour nap or a 8-minute standing ovation.
8 minutes standing ovation.
8-hour nap.
8 minutes standing awake.
What's more confusing, love, insomnia, or film budgets? Sir.
Actually, film budgets, man. It will be something and it will become something else. But yes, when you make good movie, it's always good.
Okay. A romantic scene when you almost broke into laughter.
I think what I found funny, I think I didn't make it to the final shot, but I think in one montage bit he had to carry me. And I think first take, second take, we were both laughing. And then he scolded us, and then third time we didn't laugh, I think. But yeah. So that was...
Okay. If your character had a dating profile, what would be the bio say?
Like our respective characters.
Yeah. What would the bio say?
You'll sleep well with me.
Empathy.
No, I mean you'll fall
kindness and
asleep.
empathy.
You'll fall asleep well.
Kindness and empathy are underrated. I think that's what Ridhima's bio would be. She's a very kind and empathetic person.
Sleepless and single.
Have you, ever cried over a scene and pretended it was just allergies?
While watching a movie, is it?
A scene, yes, definitely.
Yeah,
You
so-
said so.
Yeah. I have cried. I've cried. And I feel very embarrassed to that if anybody notices me cry. So I make sure that I dry my eyes.
Even during the Bombay premiere, your uncle and aunt were next to you, so you couldn't cry and you were just
I
pretending.
told him. So when I was watching, so I hadn't watched the final copy of the film. I watched few versions before that. So when I was watching it at the premiere in Bombay, and I was like, I know this is my film and probably shouldn't say it, but I was blown away. There were so many scenes where I just wanted to cry. Not as an actor in the film, but as an audience. Like it made me feel so many things. But I was sitting next to my dad's friend and his wife. They had come to watch the film. And I was so conscious and I was just really controlling, not crying. And also you have your mascara on and all, and you're like, people will know that you've cried. So I'm just really trying to control, I was trying not to cry. But I wanted to really cry in our while watching our film. Like some bits really, some of the scenes
Mission
like, got me.
accomplished.
Men cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men do cry.
Yes.
100%. Mission accomplished. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ
And ಅವ್ರು
ಅಳು ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರಲ್ಲ.
Okay. But if this film were a bedtime story, what would be the title?
ಜೋಜೋ ಲಾಲಿನ ಹಾಡುವೆ.
Nidradevi Next Door.
Nidradevi Bamelage. Yeah, that's
Nidradevi.
Okay.
Our film is like a bedtime story, ma'am, by the way. That was a good question. I feel that way.
Okay. Final pitch. Why should people come to theatres to watch Nidradevi?
If I have to put it in very simple terms, for 2 hours 16 minutes, I think you'll be taken into the world of so many characters which are going through so many things, but once it all ends, it'll feel like you've gotten a warm hug and you've gotten a lot of love. So it's going to be a beautiful journey, a roller coaster journey. So please come watch it.
September 12th.
September 12th.
Yeah.
So what is that? I know, of course, they always say, there's butterflies, but now another word is sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Hope you get a good sleep after the release,
Yeah.
and especially
hoping.
Producer.
Yes. I'm seeing the symptoms. A lot of during the promotions and the previews, what feedback I got. Definitely, I think post-release, entire my team, not just me, will have a peaceful sleep. See, I believe this has come out to be a very good film. It has emotion, it has love, it has a good storyline, and it also kinds of keeps you engaged, and it has a very good ending, which all of you would see it in the film. So I think for me, film has worked, and it is a beautiful way of telling a story. Plus, technically, it is a very good quality film. Each frame is like a treat to watch. So that way it is. So I think rather than we telling, our people who watch the film should talk about it. I think we all will get a good sleep.
And for the way the movie looks on screen and the way it is, I think the sole responsibility goes to our producer.
Yeah.
We can only envision a certain style or certain look and everything, but at the end of the day, to achieve it, right, you need you need the producer also to come on board, especially as a first time filmmaker, and he's enabled that. And I'm glad that he has liked the movie. For me, like, first I wanted him to like the movie, and after that, okay, fine, we'll take on anything which we want. So very grateful for Jayaram sir for giving all of us an opportunity.
Okay, so it was equally an exciting conversation about sleep and sleepless, love and healing. I'm looking forward to know what exactly Suraag wants to explain through the movie.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.